Good morning. Getting ready to make my coffee here. You know, I was out walking Grayson just a few minutes ago, and I was thinking about that children's song, If You're Happy and You Know It. You know that song? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. Okay, that's the next line. What does your life show? Do people think you're a happy person? You know what? It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what's inside of you, right? So, how can you be happy? I mean, you've got to live with yourself, right? So you may as well be happy. How can you do it? Honestly and truly, it can be hard, but most of it is up to you. It's up to making decisions that will give you a happier life. You need to, if you want to be happy, make the choices that you can over the things that you have control over. It's very easy. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. I know, I've done it, to sit around and look at all the things that you can complain about and just go, oh, this is terrible. And even to get with other people and, you all kind of get together and you feel like, you have friends because you're all complaining about the same things. You know what? I remember, I think it's a teenage thing especially, but I remember being a teenager and in college, and sometimes I would have friends, and our friendship was based on the fact that we disliked the same people. Oh my goodness. Now, no offense to you teenagers who may be listening, but teenagers are idiots. You just don't realize it at the time, and you'll hopefully grow out of it. But hopefully, you're not an adult who spends time with other people because y'all dislike the same things and y'all are complaining about the same things. The funny thing is, though, that feels good. It feels good to be in agreement with other people, doesn't it? Y'all think the same. It gives you a feeling of, belonging, of community. But, gee, you gotta really work on those things that are positive to have a lasting happiness. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. It really does kind of show on the outside. But again, what's important is, what do you know in your heart, in your mind? Are you making choices that are happy, positive, growth choices? They talk about a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is open and curious and seeking new knowledge and experiences. And a fixed mindset is, just like it says, fixed. This is the way things are. This is what I believe. This is how things will always be. Don't even talk to me about other stuff. Now, I'm being real extreme about that. But, sometimes don't you have that attitude? I think we all do. It's a human thing. I don't even want to hear about it. Do not, I don't go for that. Sometimes it can be, I find it refreshing and challenging to hear about things that I don't go for. Things that I, at this time in my life, would not choose for me. That maybe I don't even think are good for other people to choose. But, sometimes it's interesting to hear about, well, why are other people making the choices they're making? I don't know, just kind of understanding more about what other people do, why they do it, it kind of challenges me to think about, why do I do what I do? Now, I can definitely, I am happy and I know it. And I think my life shows it too. I'm about to get happier here with a drink of coffee. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to share that though, because I think that it's so important to keep in mind that you need to be the dominant force in your life and make good choices, and not just let life, push you around, and not blame it on, oh, well, I was raised this way, or my parents were messed up, or my work situation just really stinks, or, well, my house was blown down in a tornado, I could never recover from it. And by the way, my house was blown down in a tornado once. But I'd been there, done that, and got the t-shirt. But the point is, whatever has happened to you, maybe you're in an accident and you're in a wheelchair. It could be something where it's like heart-rending what happened to you. But what are you going to do? You got to start from here, from now, from today. You got to live with yourself. How are you going to live a happy life? What can you do now? I always say, give up the hope for a better past. What can you do now? And, Anna Maria is commenting, pray your way through your day. Yes, absolutely. If you are a person of faith, whatever faith or spirituality that might be, yeah, prayer definitely helps. But you're also thinking, using your brain all the time, and it's so important to align, let me say, your spiritual beliefs and goals with your prayers. Everything else needs to align together, so that if you're praying, Lord, please help me to get through this difficult situation, whatever it is, or enable me to have peace, however you seek peace. You also got to make choices in your life that will move you in that direction, right? We are reasonable thinking people, and we got to use our heads and make good choices. And don't sit around waiting for somebody else to do it for us. We've got whatever is within my capacity, my ability to do, even if it's just changing my attitude from a lousy attitude to a more open, positive one. That's my responsibility. You've heard the saying, happiness is a choice. A lot of people use these little sort of catchphrases. Well, happiness is a choice. Make the choice if you want to be happy. Okay, I'm going to make this coffee here. The question is, which coffee? Oh, golly. This should be my biggest problem today, right? Deciding which coffee to have. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I'm not going to do the new coffees. I did those yesterday. Oh, I know. Okay. This is Il Cafe. Okay. This is the one that was a holiday coffee last holiday season with Nespresso. Of course, last holiday season it had a real pretty capsule. Now it's, is this black or dark gray? It's a very dark color because this is a very intense coffee. Oh, I saved the sleeve that it came out of so I could read it to you. Okay, Il Cafe takes you right to the heart of the classic Italian coffee experience. Let's see. We land that punchy combination of smooth velvety taste and roasty cereal aromas by blending Vietnamese and Indonesian washed Robustas and a little Colombian Arabica. Okay, and this is an intensity of 11, which for the Nespresso Vertuo is the highest intensity. I was going to say something. Oh, I know, the name, Il. It's not just, if you're really Italian, cafe is cafe. It's like, somebody once told me, the word beautiful in Italian is bella, B-E-L-L-A. It's not bella, it's bella. It's got two L's, so you kind of hold that consonant sound out a little bit more. So I'm guessing with Il Cafe, I don't know how to make that sound longer. Cafe. Anyway, a lot of people believe this coffee is bella. Or would it be bello? Bello, because it's male, masculine. Anyway, okay, now, this milk, you know what? This is cold milk. And Il Cafe is only, with a single espresso, it's 1.35 ounces. So that's only going to be, a tiny amount. So if I go ahead and brew it into this cold milk, the whole thing is going to be, tepid. And I don't have to have a hot cup of coffee, but I don't really want tepid coffee. So, okay, let's see. Let me see, is this warmed up? Yeah, well, oh, okay, steam is coming out of it. It's probably warm enough. Alrighty. So, I probably have too much milk in there, but it's all right. We will see if this very intense coffee can sort of, if the flavor, the intensity, the coffee notes of whatever it said there, roasty cereal, something, will be lost or will not be lost in such a large amount of milk. I'm one of those people who, let's say, I'll use the example of artwork, okay? If I'm working on something, whether it's painting or sewing or clay or whatever it is, or golly, even if I'm baking something and I do something wrong, maybe I make a stray mark on the page, or I draw something that's not quite the right shape, or I have some stitches that are off. I'm not the kind of person that goes, ugh, this is ruined. I find a way to incorporate it into the whole project. So honestly, this looks pretty good, doesn't it? It doesn't look, I'm wearing that skirt again, by the way, that catches onto the knobs. See, I can open the drawer here. Just like, because my pockets are right at the same height as the knobs on the drawers. Okay, so we'll give this a stir up. Oh, it's hot. Oh my gosh. I didn't like Il Cafe last year. And so many people raved about it. And, they liked it so well that Nespresso's now made it a regular in its lineup of coffees for the Vertuo. I like it now. Oh, I'm glad I made the mistake of putting in so much milk. Some people, when they make mistakes, they just want to throw whatever it is away. No, be creative. See if you can make it into something else. I used to belong to this I got a little allergy cold thing going. Saw the doctor yesterday. He said, treat the symptoms. We'll see what develops, if anything, or you may just start getting better. Anyhow, so I used to belong to a fiber guild. And no, it's not people who eat a lot of fiber. It was like a club or a group of people who were interested in working with different fabrics and materials and substances. Like we learned to weave baskets out of different kinds of grasses, and we learned to crochet. Well, not just with wool, but with cut-up t-shirts. Or we learned how to make felt out of wool, like raw, right off the sheep kind of wool. We worked with, like, how to make rugs, and, well, just all kinds of things like that. And the lady who was the head of the Fiber Guild, if you would make a mistake in something, she would say, we call that a feature. Like, in other words, let's say, I remember I was once weaving a basket out of some kind of straw or something, and I missed one of the in and out places, so that, and it's like a glaring error to me. And she said, no, we call this a feature. This is what makes this individual and different. You don't have to take everything out. Just go on. She said, as long as it doesn't affect the integrity of the item, is the basket still going to function as a basket? Then you're good. And that was a really important lesson to me. And I share that, like, with my grandkids when they're working on something. And something, let's say, how kids love to draw and paint and make things out of clay. And I'll tell them, if they make a line that isn't going in the right direction, I said, we'll just make it part of the picture. This is a feature. This is what says, this is different from everybody else's. This is mine. This is what makes it interesting. So, like, think about your life in that way. A lot of things that you're looking at as, mistakes, they may not be. They may not be something that even needs to be corrected. They may be features. I could go on and on about this, but I won't, because we all have, things to do, places to go, people to see. Anyhow, but don't let negative, downer kind of things be the features in your life. Be the dominant force in your life, the main force in your life, by working on the things that you have control over. And don't stress over the things you have no control over.